Hi everyone, welcome to HRTV. I'm Xieli.
And I'm Sabrina. So there's been a lot of news in HR this week. Are you ready to get started?
Yes, one of the biggest news this week was minimum wage, and in fact, we just had a comment on the story last night on our Facebook page. The commenter was said that the government used to cut the pay of people when they hit 60. There was a question mark, and don't they actively scope companies who practice ageist policies and encourage people to employ older employees and for people to work longer? We have not replied, so what do you think?
I think there shouldn't be any cut because older employees, of course, bring a lot of wealth and a lot of experience to the workforce.
There was another news on like how L'Oreal had launched a creative recruitment campaign, right?
Yes.
Would you like to talk about it?
What they did was they actually invited students, tertiary students, to be marketing executives for the period of the challenge. So they had to pitch a marketing strategy, and then from there, the L'Oreal experts or the L'Oreal employers would choose candidates. So I thought that was really interesting because you kind of get a feel of the culture of the workplace, and the employers also get a chance to see if the employees are a good fit for the company. Another one that I thought was pretty awesome was the US government. So what they did was that with the US Army, they actually had simulation games for soldiers. So that's quite fun. And also more companies are doing virtual job fairs, they're doing online recruitment, online hands-on training. So again, it really gives employers a good chance to suss out whether a candidate is a suitable fit
Okay,
for the culture.
speaking about U.S. Army, it's cool that a lot of fun stuff seems to be coming up from America. It's interesting that in a recent survey that we ran, Singaporeans actually prefer to work for American companies. So in fact, only 47% of Singaporeans would like to work for a local company. What do you think?
I don't know. I think it has to do with the working environment.
Okay.
Because part of the survey also said that one of the most important aspects when employees look for a job is to see whether it's a good working environment. I think it really has to do with the employees as much as the employers. So I think it's a two-way street.
If you guys watching this have some views on it, maybe you'd like to write into us or comment on our Facebook page or even on our blog or Twitter.
Yep, and speaking of Facebook, we also have an article there on the new workplace safety laws.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so the Ministry of Manpower, they're actually coming down harder on people who are not as not following,
Vigilant.
not vigilant on workplace safety. I think that's really good because with places like factories or companies that deal with dangerous substances,
Equipment
yeah,
and stuff like that. Okay,
it's
and this is
important.
applicable for all workplaces now.
Yes, now it's across the board. So if you're an employer and you're not aware of the new changes, we would really urge you to check them out, make sure that you're following all the rules. One of the more exciting stories for me, or the stories that I thought was really interesting, was the one about funny or weird interview questions that employers ask candidates.
Okay.
So do you know what's the most weird question?
The question was, if you were shrunk to the size of a pencil and put in a blender, how would you get out? Question by Google, everyone's favorite search engine. One of the questions that they asked job applicants was, how many basketballs can you fit in a room?
I would say one, because you need space to play with
That
the
was
basketball.
the answer that I was thinking in my head.
Yes!
We could give some existentialism, like philosophy behind it.
Exactly. So last but not least, we did a podcast which we put up on our website last week, or you can get it on our YouTube page. It was with Rita Huck, who is the Learning and Development Director for Club 21.
Ooh, I like Club 21.
Yeah, me too. So she was talking about how you can brand yourself better to get noticed at work, which I think is really important, and noticed in a good way, and also how communication and just subtle things can really help make a big difference.
Oh, okay. And it's a really short podcast, so it's like all the juicy bits are all like crammed in there, and
Exactly.
it's like for those busy professionals who have no time for self-development, this will be a good opportunity to learn how you can just climb up the career ladder.
Yes, and since it's a podcast, you can just listen to it while you work.
That's a great
Yes.
point. So I think that wraps up HRTV for the week. If
Yeah.
you're not a fan of our Facebook page yet, just search for us on your Facebook account. I know you have been on Facebook like the whole day. So just click in Human Resources Magazine and you'll see our page there. So just like us, and you can get the latest updates from Monday to Friday, right?
Yes, that's right. And we are also running a poll on our website to kind of get an idea of what people want to see, what sort of content. So there are a few options there. We would really appreciate it if you let us know so that we can better tailor all our content to suit your needs.
You feel free to comment on our YouTube channel as well, or even on this story. So anyway, we'll see you next week.
Yep. Yes.
Okay.
All right.